All right, good morning, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the 2017 Bulldog Club National Signing Day Luncheon. You know, this is such an exciting day across the nation, really, and certainly a big deal in this state, and a big deal here. So we're going to hear from Coach Hatcher and his staff here in a few minutes, talk about the signing class. Listen, I want to welcome everybody here. The group that's here is Bulldog Club members. The Bulldog Club is the fundraising side of Samford Athletics. We provide resources for our 360 student athletes, including football. And we're proud to do that. So our Bulldog Club members are here. Just a show of hands, who's a Bulldog Club member? Raise your hand. Look at that. Thank you for your support. And there'll be an opportunity afterwards for those of you who aren't Bulldog Club members, right, Fred? To find out a little bit about what we do and how we do it. Also invited here today are S Club members. S Club members are any former student athlete at Howard College or Samford University. S Club members, raise your hand. And finally invited today faculty and staff from the university. So raise your hand, faculty and staff. Free food. I'm just hungry. All right, and then one last show of hands. If you're faculty and staff, S Club and a Bulldog Club member, raise your hand. I think we should have, we should have a. All right. Beth played, what'd you play here?
Something that required great agility. Whatever.
All right, so anyway, listen, I'm going to turn this over to Coach Hatcher, and he's going to make some comments about this morning and an exciting day. So, Coach Hatcher,
thank you.
You need to.
I get you. You got it. How about you, Bulldog Nation? Just so you know, this microphone is being used so that we can stream this event. So I'm not holding one up that doesn't work. Okay. So, but wow, I tell you what a great turnout. It's a whole lot more people that was here than 2 years ago, our first time up here. So we really do appreciate what you do for Samford University, especially today and every day, really, for Samford Athletics. So it's a great turnout. Thank you for your support. We had an awesome signing class. They all come highly recommended, and you never sign a guy that you don't think will help you. So we're really excited about this group. We signed 13 young men today. We had one player that joined us at the midterm to give us 14 signees throughout the Southeast. We had 3 players from Alabama, 1 from Mississippi. We had 5 from Georgia, and we ended up getting 4 out of the state of Florida. So we pretty much are represented in our base area of recruiting. So we're really excited about that. We'll go anywhere there's a good player. We start at the gates here at Seibert Stadium and the doors of the Cooney Sullivan Fieldhouse, and we work our way out to find the best possible players that fit the mission of our university. And we feel like with this class that we were very successful in doing that. I would like to take a minute to say this, though. We have a saying downstairs on the second floor that we want to attract student athletes, not chase them. Okay, now I have a staff of 10 guys, where really there's 18 of them that work on recruiting, but only 10 can actually go out on the road, and they're as good at chasers as there's ever been. But one thing that makes our job a lot easier, we have a great product to sell here, and the people in this room that helped out, from professors to the administrative staff to our athletic department, has really made our job a whole lot easier. And then with the success that we had last season on the football field, being ranked in the top 25 and making the NCAA playoffs, really put those two things together, was very beneficial in the recruiting process with us. So let's give you guys a round of applause for helping us out, whether you know it or not. Thank you. All right, and then kind of in closing, I think we got a lot of our needs taken care of. We signed 7 guys on the offensive side of the ball, 5 on the defensive side, with 1 guy that could play either way. And I think the defense, they scooped him up in our last staff meeting, so it kind of evened out 7. I see Coach D back there getting fired up. So we're really excited about that, and I think after watching these guys on the video here in a little bit, you'll be excited too. So I'm going to turn it over to Coach C.J. Bennett. Each of the coaches that signed a player has a quick highlight on the student athletes that'll be joining our team in university in the fall. And then after that, we'll open it up for some questions. And again, we just appreciate you being here today. Thank you very much.
Leading up, we got Moses Satine coming from Avon Park, Florida. Moses played a little Wildcat quarterback, played a little running back for him, and we're projecting him as a slot receiver. Moses can run a little bit, so we're thinking that could help us. Yeah. So we're hoping to see that on Saturdays next season. Here's Coach Balls.
Give it up for Moses.
Thank you, CJ. The next first signee that I have is Trayshawn Floyd from Auburn High School, Auburn, Alabama, just right down the road. 6 foot, 208-pound linebacker. You can see he's circled right there. Really good hips, good explosion, high energy guy. He's going to bring a lot to the field, energy-wise, as well as the locker room and as well as the weight room. We're excited about having him. Next is Joshua Long. He's at Brookstone High School there in Columbus, Georgia. His headmaster is a Samford alum, graduated from Samford Law. His basketball coach is a Samford alum. His English teacher is a Samford alum. So there's a lot of people there in Columbus that are really excited about Joshua joining us, and we're excited about him. Really good pass rusher, really good job coming off the edge, making a lot of plays. And then Contravius Williams from all the way down in Camilla, Georgia. Y'all probably have never heard of it. It's a farming community, but guys down there can run a little bit. And he played quarterback in high school, but we're going to play him at wide receiver for us. He's about 6'1", right at about 180, 185 pounds. Good thing about Contravius is that when he graduates from high school, he will also graduate with his associate's degree from a community college down there too. So really, really good student. You can see their best play last year was a broken play. Just catch the ball and turn and run, bud. All right, and then next we'll introduce Coach D. There you go, bud.
Thanks, Coach Boss. All right, the guy I got right here is Nelson Jordan. He's from Starkville, Mississippi, defensive end. He brings a little quickness off the edge as well as pass rushing capability, and he also plays with a little bit of force, and he's active both run game and pass game. So we're excited about him joining our defense and looking forward to working with him. Always like to see that pass rush out of those defensive ends. Thank you.
Next guy we have here is Brendan Loftus. Brendan comes from Tallahassee, Florida, played at Godby High School. Brendan will be Brendan will be transferring from the University of Miami. Brendan is 6'6", 300 pounds, very big, physical, strong young man. So he'll add an addition to our offensive line, some nastiness that we need up front, help us in our run game and pass game. We're excited to have him on our team. Next young man we have is Trayvon Polk, come from Alpharetta, Georgia, played at Milton High School. He's coming from Hutch Community College. He's a running back. He's about 5'9", 195 pounds. Trey will add a lot of explosive plays, physical calibrability right there from seeing that run right there. Explosive when he gets in the second and third level of the field. Excited to have him. He'll bring a lot of excitement and big plays for us on our offense. Twitchy, elusive, all the things we need at that position. Thank you.
All right, I got Bruce Aubley, offensive lineman from Bishop Kenny High School in Jacksonville, Florida. Bruce is 6'3", 290. We're planning on him playing tackle for us coming up here in the next couple years. All-district guy, all First Coast. He was a 5A honorable mention All-State player. Was selected to play in the Blue-Gray All-American game. Good student as well, National Honor Society member, academic honor roll his junior and senior year. And he played for head coach Bobby Rawlerson there at Bishop Kenny. Next is Ty Herring. He's a safety, 6'3", 190 from Fernandina Beach High School. Coach Hatcher really loves to go down there on vacation. Real popular in that area. He was an all-Nassau County in both football and basketball his junior year. Also in his junior year, he led the Jacksonville area with 7 picks. He blocked 2 punts this past season. He was an all-First Coast defensive back as a junior as well, playing there for head coach John Pate, who was actually Coach Cabral's position coach in college over in Statesboro. So we had some help there. 2 good guys. They're going to be good in the classroom and be good on the field as well. All right.
Next up, we got Nathan East. Nathan's from McAdory High School, coached by Coach Powell. We love to get the Birmingham guys in here, and he was one we were able to get this year. Nathan is a guy that played safety and outside linebacker for McAdory. He played both. You'll see him coming in the picture here. He loves to hit. Very strong, very physical young man. If you saw the video this morning in his signing bio by BJ and his staff, he's got some big arms on him. He loves to hit when he comes through there. So check that out if you hadn't already. Nathan also was a team captain, 2-year starter, 190 tackles in his career, and here he is on kickoff cover. Coach Kreisel gets you excited right off the bat. He can really run. We're looking for Nathan to play at outside linebacker. He played for Coach Powell at McAdory High School. Give it up for Nathan East. Next up is Zach Kadum. Zach's a 4-year starter, 39 consecutive starts at Rome, Georgia, in Rome, Georgia for Rome High School. He played for Coach Reed, and he's a member of the state championship team this year there. Averaged lots of pancakes, lots of blocks. He won the state championship this year, and on the podium after the game, he said they were going to shut down Broad Street. For anybody that y'all were watching the deal, and Coach Bostic said, "Go get that guy." And he's a great fit here. He's a National Honor Society student, and he was also a team captain on his team. And we're excited about Zach Kadum. Next up is Jordan Montgomery. Jordan Montgomery is listed as an athlete. Athlete is a good thing because that means that both sides, offense and defense, want you. So we got a little clip of him doing both here. He does everything for Walter Wellborn. Walter Wellborn's not the biggest high school in the world. It's up in Anniston, Alabama. He's coached by Coach Jeff Smith, all-state player, all-region player. Does a lot of everything. We had Jordan in camp for several years. Very excited about the different type of things he can do. As you see, he scored a touchdown. He scored a touchdown like 6 different ways this year. A lot of different things he can do. And he's also a very physical player, as you see here coming in your screen. Give it up for Jordan Montgomery. Last but certainly not least in our class is Montrell Washington. Montrell is from Cherokee High School in Canton, Georgia. He played for Coach Shaw over there. We've had a couple players before. You'll see him do a lot of different things here too. Here he is taking the ball in reverse. And as you haven't noticed, a lot of our offensive skill players over and over and over again, the thing you see is every coach talk about speed. Montrell's definitely got that, along with the rest of the guys. Montrell had 93 receptions this year as a senior, all state, all county, all region player of the year, Cherokee County, so lots of different things, and he can really do a lot of things. Coach Hatcher and Coach Calloway will be excited about getting the ball in his hands. Last clip here he is catching the ball out of the backfield. So like I said, he does a lot of different things. They use him a lot of ways, and I'm sure we'll find lots of ways to get the ball in his hands. How about giving it up for Montrell Washington?
Well, hopefully that gets you a little bit of taste of what's to come. We're very excited about it. Again, there's a lot of people that did a lot of things to help us, and I would, if I could probably introduce everybody in the room individually. And again, I just want to tell you how much we appreciate it. But I really want to say something. If you guys will stand up, this was our recruiting and our player personnel department downstairs. Ricky Turner, Alec Humes, Taylor Edwards, and Cody Spoon. If you guys will stand up, would you give those guys a round of applause? They do all the behind the scenes work to make this possible. So we appreciate all that they do. As you can see, it's a fairly it's a great class, but numbers wise is fairly small when you're only talking 14 prospects that you sign. We're a very young football team, and next season projected numbers will be around the 9 to 10 mark on how many guys that we bring in. So it's very crucial to our well-being this year that these guys are able to come in and contribute right away with the youth that we have on the team. But we're very excited. Our guys are working extremely hard, both on and off the field right now. Our culture and our program is a lot different this year than even last year and the year before. Our guys have really done a good job of in the weight room, on the field, being leaders, being accountable to the things that we need them to do to be successful here at Samford. So we're excited. The future's bright. We have spring practice that will crank up at the end of April and go into the end of March, go in the first couple weeks of April. And then before we know it, the season will be here. And again, we have a very difficult task next season. We open up with Kennesaw State, FCS foe that started their program a few years back out of Atlanta. We play West Alabama, and then we play the other Bulldogs out of Georgia between the hedges. And I could assure you that if we happen to find a way to beat them, we would get some chainsaws out and cut down all their hedges in their building at the end. And probably wouldn't have a job after that. They'd probably arrest me over there on the spot. But we're having a lot of fun, and you guys make it fun. And so we really appreciate all that you do. So with that said, does anybody have any questions about this class or anything to do with Samford football? All right, Hal, I'm going to turn it back over to you. All right, I figured somebody would.
North Pole this last year for our first game in the playoff, didn't
we? We did.
Did.
It was cold.
They're called penguins because that's what they all look like. They're about that big around, and they run around out there, and their legs look that big around because they got about 9 layers of clothes on because you freeze death up there, right?
They were fast, though.
What's it going to take for us to play the first round?
Well, it would help to win the conference. You know, usually the best teams, the highest seeded teams, get the opportunity to do that. We're diligently working on upgrading our facility, and then as far as capabilities from media and things of that nature, that we're working on upgrading that. We've had lengthy discussions on that, but first of all, we need to win a few more games and get seeded a little higher to have the opportunity to host a playoff game here at Samford.
Bid for it like we did back 25 or 30 years ago?
Yes, sir. We bid for it. You have to send the bids out usually towards the latter part of the season, and we did that. And unfortunately, though, we didn't finish as strong as we needed to have the capability of hosting. And I think, after our performance in the last regular season game, I would have really gone to the North Pole to play. I mean, we were very fortunate to get in, so we were very excited about that. But hopefully, we win us a few more games next year and enhance our atmosphere out here a little bit, that we could start hosting some playoff games. And I think these guys can have a lot to do with that. So that's exciting for us.
Coach, speaking of the University of Georgia, I believe Kirby Smart's father played here.
He did.
And I believe his first coaching job was with you, wasn't it?
That's right.
In Valdosta.
So that means if he gets a chance, he'll try to beat us really bad. It's not going to help us. I've been known to talk some smack, and I've already talked probably a little too much. The kicking game? Well, our punter's doing really well. Austin Barnard, he's got an NFL type leg, but he's the guy that we hope never plays. The punter, if he's a real team player, he hopes he never gets in the game. So we used him a little too much last year, and so we're going to try to cut his reps back this season. As far as our PAT field goal, Reese Everett will graduate, so he won't be back, and that's an area of great concern for us. So Jordan Weaver, who's a walk-on out of Atlanta, played over at Wesleyan. He's kind of the incumbent guy. He's got to have a good spring. And then, there's a chance that we could get some good walk-ons to come in and battle for that position.
Can we expect a better running game?
Well, I hope so. I hope so, too. We like to run the ball. It just, when you have the receivers we had last year, you try to get a lot of those passes we throw are like run game. But hopefully Polk will help us out in that area. We signed some good linemen. We have some good young linemen that we're really high on that will be able to come in. And so hopefully we'll be able to do that. But it sure would help a lot. And losing Correll and Manny, we're going to have to be better in that area if we're going to be very good on offense. So that's the goal. And at the end of the day, we just try to score points any way we can. All right, anyone else? Well, outstanding. Well, we sure do appreciate you being here. It's been a long day, but it's an exciting time for us. And again, thank you for all that you do for Samford. Thank you. Thank you, Martin. Appreciate it, buddy.
Anytime you start a recruiting class with a young man named Moses at Samford University, I think that's a pretty good sign. You bringing back that Red Sea too, so it's How many of you saw these mannequins out here in the hallway? Hatch, if you got anybody that looks like those mannequins, we're going to win it all. That's unbelievable. But great job by your staff. Real quick, I want to introduce a few people. Emily Hines, if you'd please stand up, our faculty athletic rep, and also a Samford University Faculty Award winner this year. You won the Jennings Marshall Award, and we are so thankful for all you do. So please give Emily a big round of applause. Our academic staff, Harold Goss, please stand up, Corinne Neal, and then directly responsible for football, Miss Paige Mathis. These guys attract them, and these guys keep them eligible and graduating, and that's the reason we've got that 99% graduation success rate is because of them. So, all right, now I'm supposed to do what Hal tells me to do. Hal, what you got me doing here? Whatever he tells me to do, I do. All right, we're going to talk about the Athletics Hall of Fame. So most of you know, if you didn't know, we're starting an Athletics Hall of Fame this year. It's long overdue. It's been something that when I came here 5 years ago that was on my bucket list to do, and thanks to the generosity of a lot of people in this room and others, we have finally kicked it off, and we will have our first class that will go into play May the 6th this year. We've got a nominating committee, has done a great job, but all of you are responsible for nominating people. So if you have people that you feel, whether it be a player, a coach, a contributor that you feel is worthy of being in that Hall of Fame, please reach out to myself or Hal, Bo Kerr, or you can go online. But we need as many, especially, it's really easy in this last 15 years. It's those years back in the Howard years and in the 50s and 60s when I wasn't born and
So some of you that were around, Lynn Easterling, if you can let us know of some of those guys, we would really appreciate that. But we're really excited. It's going to be on the third floor of the Pete Hanna Center. And we're really excited not only to be able to recognize those people that have made a contribution to Samford Athletics, but also from a recruiting standpoint. We've done some things in there with the mannequins that they use down here that'll be up there displaying all of our Nike gear. So we're really excited about the Hall of Fame. All right, next. The Bulldog Bash. We're changing the Bulldog Bash. How many of you have been to the Bulldog Bash in the past? Raise your hand. We're going to change the format a little bit. Trying to loosen it up and liven it up a little bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to have it at Regions Park, May the 11th. We will not have a speaker other than Dr. Westmoreland and some of our student athletes to get up and share the Samford story. We're going to have a live auction and a silent auction, but we've got an auctioneer. What's the auctioneer's name, Hal? Jack Granger. A lot of you that have been to events here in Birmingham know of Jack Granger, and he's as good as they get and will be a lot of fun. But it's going to be May the 11th at 6 p.m. We will still have tables for sale, but also come with that credit card and let's do some live auction fun. We're going to give away some, not give away. Let me rephrase that. We're going to provide you with some incredible opportunities, some incredible trips, tickets, events, that type thing. But we need you there. This is a major fundraiser for us, and every bit of the proceeds of this go back into supporting our 360-plus student athletes. But it'll be May the 11th at Regions Field. Next. That's it. All right. Bulldog Club. I told you, I do whatever he tells me to do. Hal wants me to promote the Bulldog Club. I don't have to promote the Bulldog Club because you guys promote the Bulldog Club. You all know that it's the lifeblood of what we do. Annual giving is the lifeblood of what you do. And here's the reality of where we sit today. Our league, and Coach Hatcher, I think you'll agree with me. Casey Dunn's in here as well. This league, the Southern Conference, is as good as it's ever been. We had 4 teams go to the playoff this year. Every team in this league has made a commitment to winning in athletics because they see what athletics does for the university. Every one of them. So we came off the best fall in the history of this university. All 5 of our fall sports went to postseason, NCAA postseason. How about that? We were the only team in the NCAA Division I that did that. Only team think about that. There's 360-plus Division I teams. We're the only one that sent all of our fall sports to NCAA postseason. It doesn't happen because we want it to happen. It happens because of a lot of hard work, and it happens because of fans and donors and people like you that help these student athletes and these coaches do what we've got to do to take it to the next level. So we appreciate you being a part of the Bulldog Club. We would appreciate you bringing others to the Bulldog Club. Annual giving is the lifeblood of our program. And it's how we take it to the next level. And if we're going to do, Fred, to what you said about getting this a playoff game here, I'll be straight up with you. Coach Hatcher was politically correct. And he's normally not PC, but he was very politically correct today. Bottom line is we got to have a new press box. We got to have a new stadium. Because we can't host a playoff in that press box. It's the fact. We don't have a replay booth. We don't have the correct lighting. We don't have a place to put the media. So until we get a new press box and a new stadium, I hope we put us to test next year and we win the league next year, and we're trying to do that. But the reality of it is, and that's going to take all of you in this room helping us find those people that can help us fundraise to make that a reality. So appreciate all you do, your continued support. We're going to have a great winter. Basketball teams are off to a good start. Casey Dunn's baseball team's going to be good. You can tell baseball's getting ready to crank up because the weather dropped about 20 degrees and it started raining. But Casey, you got a good baseball team coming this year. I know. Great. But we're excited, and we thank you so much. And if you got any questions, see Coach Hatcher. He'll be right over in the corner to answer for you. Thanks a lot.